Hello. Let me know if you can hear me. I want to make sure that I'm live. I haven't said hello to I've been dealing with my own stuff and having to do readings and work on getting the products done that people order. Thank you for being patient with me and giving me the time to do it. So now I'm packing them, and I have to do that by myself. I've been tired trying to just get back strong and do so many things at one time. And I've just been tired trying to rest better and take better care of myself. So I want to come briefly and speak to you. Hey, Kim. Hey, everybody. Kim, can you please put my cash up there? There's a briefly, I'm going to talk to you about something. We just had a super moon, I think, in Taurus, and what was it today or yesterday? We have a new moon. What was it, the 19th, 18, 19th? So that's the perfect time to deal with your desires and dreams you want to come true, things that you are manifesting. This is the perfect time to do it. We're still in a new moon energy. What's been coming to me, which is what I've also been doing in my own life, I don't know, I guess because I have so much Scorpio. My birthday is November 27th, so that's what, next week. I love it when that happens. Sometimes, as years go by, it will fall on Thanksgiving Day, like the holiday, the weekend. Luckily, everything isn't closed the way that it used to be. But this year, it finally fell again on Thanksgiving Day. So leading up to that, I'm like in between Scorpio and Sagittarius. So somebody said, "Oh, it's not Sag season." Oh, yes, it is Sag season, especially when my birthday's next week. Are you serious? But with all this Scorpio having all of that water, when I look at Sagittarius readings, I also look at Scorpio readings. You should look at the reading of the zodiac sign that's very close, like before yours, as well as your opposite sign. Every sign has an opposite. What's been coming to me? I don't know if you all are feeling that. Like when we get in certain energies, or we get in certain seasons or moon phases, super moons. I'm not sure. We're at the end of the year if we will have any more super moons this year, but they represent certain things and certain signs and certain things you have to learn. So a lot of times I don't look at what the significance is of that particular moon phase. I look at how I feel, what I'm doing, what I'm not doing, who I'm dealing with, who I'm not dealing with. And what I have been feeling so strong with this Scorpio is I don't give a fuck. I only give a fuck about who gives a fuck about me. I only care about who cares about me and who loves me, who supports me, who has my back. It's just a lot of dumb shit that I'm not doing anymore. Dumb ways, dumb thinking, self-sacrificing, always helping a motherfucker that just want my help and then don't help me, and something happens to me. They ain't there. They always in a victim mode. And then I'm used to feel like I'm Captain Save-A-Ho. I got to save a bitch. I got to stand up for a bitch, speak up for a bitch, stand up for a nigga, somebody child that ain't motherfucking mine. And as soon as something happened to me or happened to my child, they gone. Or then you find out they a bitch ass nigga and a punk ass bitch. When you need them to speak up for you and see you violated, somebody did some fucked up shit to you, they ass is gone, or they in a corner hiding like a coward ass motherfucker. Ain't nothing and nobody standing in their way, just like wasn't nothing and nobody standing in my motherfucking way when I stood up for them. And even if it was, I stood up to move it. So I'm acting in this martyr energy and this fucking Jesus Christ, goddamn Mary Magdalene energy. And it's from doing all that and all these years, I don't know, something fucking hit me. Doing this Scorpio, goddamn it, leading up to Sag, goddamn Sag Nation season in this bitch. It's Sag Nation, that gladiator shit, that goddamn it 300 shit, that centaur shit. I'm with that motherfucking shit. And so now the way I feel, and I don't know if y'all are getting that, that's the energy that I got. Just feeling like a sore bitch. Like a sore loser bitch. Because in my past, like I said, and that's how I live. I don't talk this, I walk this, I live this. And I'm always in my own ass, dealing with my own shit, always in my past. To look at all, I can't change the past. I can't do anything about that, but look at that, evaluate that, write that out, what that looks like then, what it looks like now, my feelings, my thoughts, my energy, because I cannot allow myself to say everything from this point matters. No, everything from my past up to this point matters to me, because I don't want to be the walking, talking vibration of how fucked up my life started with a female that was my biological mother that taught me to hate myself, taught me I wasn't good enough, taught me nobody would want me, taught me she didn't want me, taught me she didn't love me, taught me nobody else would ever love me, and taught me I was stupid to love myself and be a victim in the world, and taught me to be abandoned. Who the fuck? I can't speak for you. I don't want to walk around in that energy anymore. I don't want to walk around about that vibration. I don't want to be on that frequency, because I will always attract some victimized motherfucker, some goddamn motherfucker. You don't let somebody beat your ass mentally, emotionally, financially, spiritually, even physically, financially, and socially. And now you're looking for somebody to save you, because the motherfuckers you looked up to save you, that never gave a fuck about you, crucified and beat your damn ass down. And you gave them your fucking last, and they ain't gonna give you theirs. So now you are depleted and fucking defeated and running to me. But I ain't had nobody to run to, because I'm doing the same thing these motherfuckers is doing. Then somebody else saved me. You looking up to them, you admire them, but you look down on yourself. You hate yourself. You disrespect yourself, and then you want somebody to fix you because they are showing up as the highest version of themselves, and you want to be like them. But you're not going to get that, because you're showing up as the lowest common denominator within yourself, because that's all you know, and you chose to believe the shit. That's all you've been taught. And oh, Jesus is gonna fix this. You're living as a victim. You're giving let me get this right. You're giving your resources away. You're giving your power away. You disrespect yourself. Everybody in your life abandoned you. That was supposed to love you, your family, and let you down. Now you abandon and let yourself down, because you give your last to everybody searching for love and power and respect and pussy and dick and all. And then Jesus is gonna just swoop in and fix you, and fix your life and fix your money, and everything God tried to give you, or everything you are that you don't know you are, because the person that gave birth to you told you wasn't nothing. So a lot of you believe you're not nothing, because the mother that gave birth to you, or whoever your mother figure is, your father figure is, your sisters and brothers and everybody around you tell you you're nothing. So you choose to believe that. But Jesus just gonna come in there and replace all that, because you keep giving your power away. Because the people that gave birth to you, you know what? I remember one time, this just came in my head. I hadn't thought about this for years. It's funny that this would come to my head now. I don't think she was a family member. She might have been a family friend in the neighborhood. This was a teenage girl, and I was a little girl. And, you have to be careful who you leave your little girls around. And some of you all that are grown might have experienced this from bigger girls in your household when you are younger than them. I was probably like 8 or 9, and I knew I wanted to be a singer, but I didn't know quite at that time that thank you for putting my Cash App in there. Hit my Cash App, make it clap. I didn't know how. I know my father at that age, I think my mother told me I was about 9. I just knew I had all this entertainment energy. And I wanted to be a singer. I wanted to be a dancer. I want to make clothes. I want to fix hair. I want to do makeup, because my grandmother would give me these doll heads, these Barbie doll heads. And I would comb her hair and do her makeup every day, and had a makeup kit to come with Barbie. So I was in love with Barbie. And this teenage young lady, I don't think she might not have been related. I'm not sure. I just knew she was in the neighborhood. She used to come over and I used to hang with her. She would talk to me and play with me. I was probably like around 8. She might have been 14, something like that. I remember she was a teenager because she was taller than me. She was bigger than me. She had her hair down and she looked like kind of just trying to be like a grown lady. But I knew she was a teenager. I knew she was bigger than me. And so I was in the mirror singing. I think at the time, Stacey Lattisaw. We all like Stacey Lattisaw. I think she was a teenager at the time she started singing. And some other song I liked. I was in the bathroom by myself, mind my own business. My grandma was downstairs. She would let me play with her makeup. She had all these wig heads and wigs and makeup, Avon, all this stuff, jewelry. She let me play in it as I wanted to be like her. And I just loved all this flamboyant shit as a little girl. Then I saw my daddy. Well, I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So she comes up the stairs and she's like, ooh, you cannot sing. You need to shut up. I heard this shit from these women, these that were older than me in the family, and I'm just a little girl. That's the wrong thing. You shouldn't have your children around people that say they too fat, they too skinny, they eat too much, they eat too little, they talk too much, they don't talk at all. They silly, they dumb, or sometimes I got bullied by the women that were left to keep me in the family, and I just didn't tell my grandmother. Some of you all are probably having children that get bullied, or you probably got bullied by relatives, and you might have looked up to them or you liked them because they were around you, taking care of you. Everybody around me was older than me. My grandmother was older. I grew up around old people. So a lot of times, like I said, the teenage girls, they would put me off on these older kids, basically kids. And they would do that behind my grandmother's back. A lot of your immaturity, insecurity, pain, low self-esteem, really fucked up images that lead you to be a martyr, lead you to take on other people's problems. I know what I did when I did that, and a lot of people do that, what you don't see. Well, why do you keep putting yourself in that position? Well, why do you keep letting people take advantage of you? Well, how did this person take this? Many times, people that do that, they're not dumb. They're naive. And they don't have boundaries because they never were taught to have any. They were always violated as kids. So many times they're trying to heal themselves and fix themselves by doing for someone else that no one did for them, until you realize you cannot fix yourself and save yourself by trying to save someone else, because most of these people will see that wound in you. They will see that you're mirroring them and that there's something wounded and you and you're kind, and they'll take your kindness for weakness and think you're dumb. And then you'll end up helping fix a problem for someone else. And instead of them being grateful and giving back, they'll steal from you. They'll suck you off, fuck you off, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, psychologically, financially, playing on your wound, and then get the fuck on and leave you with a bigger hole, or pulling the scab off where you're trying to heal this because nobody told you. I'm sorry, you're right. They not only they tell you that's not how life works. Jesus is going to fix this. You're a good person. You're a good Samaritan. You're a Christian. Don't worry about it. God will deal with that, and it's just going to come back to you. And they don't tell you, look, stop being, whatever your hurt is in your heart, whatever your wound is, and your first, second, third chakra that comes from your family. I would suggest that you get some counseling as well, the right counselor, because I used to go to them in the past and they wasn't shit. And a lot of the females are just, they have the education, but they don't have the depth, and a lot of them are just as fucked up and twisted as you. So I was trying to find this help, couldn't get the help. Some of the men were cool. I really didn't go to a lot of men. A couple were cool, but one of them I got the counselor before I went on TV, at People TV, because I wanted to deal with my stage fright. I was speaking to my father. I was seeing my father. He knew my background. I was extremely scared. So he told me, and I had agreed. And that's one reason why I wanted my name changed too. I had seen celebrity children that were like bastard children on the side of one of a group of a whole bunch of them, but not with the wife. And they would get on these TV shows and say, I'm this person's daughter, I'm this person's son. And then they expect the whole world to come and save them, especially if they grew up like I did, brutalized and abandoned and abused. And then they, especially if you look like the celebrity or you can sing, you can dance, whatever, you're an athlete, whatever that celebrity had. And a lot of times you never see that person anymore. You never hear of that person anymore. And so I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to write off my father or say, hey, look at me. I'm Jackie Wilson's daughter. I look just like him. I'm from Atlanta. I can dance. I can sing, all this shit. I said I'm Alexis K. Tyler. Didn't tell anybody who I was, what my background was, until a few years got by and I knew that I had established myself with that personality, that swag, that style, doing something unique that no one ever did. Alexis K. Tyler, Vagina Power. After I knew I did that on my own and I didn't do nothing off my father, I then said, hey, this is my father. When people got his picture, got mine, they started telling his children and they started contacting me. One of the ones that just died, she was very cruel to me. And she couldn't deny that I looked like him. So what she said when I got on the phone, sing. I said, excuse me. She said, you heard me. I said, sing. I said, okay. So I started to sing for her. I think it was one of my dad's songs I was practicing. I don't think she knew it, but she didn't, sing it. As soon as she heard my voice, she said, you have daddy's throat and you have daddy's tone. And I said, throat. Oh, first, before she said that, she hung up on me. She said, let me call you back. Click. So I'm like, what did I do wrong? Did I sing the song wrong? Did it sound? What did I do? And then she calls me back about 10, 15 minutes later. I said, yeah. She said, you have daddy's throat and you have daddy's tone. I said, throat. The throat. I said, oh, you're talking about that bravado that I used to be ashamed of, because when I was, singing in chorus in high school, nobody had a voice like mine. It was just the straight, loud, and the soul, and I wanted to be like them. So I thought it was something wrong because my throat did that, until my chorus teacher, a white lady, she told me it was not. She said, you have an operatic voice, you have a beautiful voice. But I thought everybody else's voice was more beautiful, and I wanted to be like them. I still kind of do, but I'll just, now I'm feeling better, get some more classes and just learn to appreciate what God gave me and then the other stuff. So when you have people that do that to you your whole life, and you just keep trying to give, love, feel, just be compassionate to people, but you feel like you're nothing. You're going to keep getting nothing. You're going to keep giving the best of you and never say no. And then people give you their ass to kiss, or open their ass and shit in your fucking mouth. You see, now I'm just at a place, and I hate that I didn't do this before, or I didn't have the nerve to do this before. It's just a feeling. The way I feel, to me, self-preservation is key. And if you're from those backgrounds where you're taught that your life means nothing, not even to the bitch that gave birth to you, you're not going to be thinking about self-preservation. You're going to be thinking about, how can I find my mommy? How can I find my daddy? How can I find people to love me? You might not be consciously realizing that's what you're doing, but see, you're doing what's natural. And I guess in a way you are in survival mode. You're just not really thinking about it as an adult from a protective place, and a protective place of power, saying nobody's going to fuck me like that no more. And so what if my mother doesn't give a fuck about me? Bitch, I don't give a fuck about you either. And I'm only concerned with protecting myself, because you all make sure you protect yourself, but you sacrifice your fucking children. And you tell them they're not worthy of protection, worthy of love, worthy of good sex, worthy of marriage, worthy of home, you're just going to be a fucking whore. So a part of you looks for mother figures, father figures, family. You want that family. You're trying to right the wrong this bitch did to you, but you're moving from the place of a child. You're thinking like a child in an adult body. Because like I said, if you were thinking as an adult and you're thinking about self-preservation and your own mother is trying to destroy you and everybody else, all the females in the family are trying to destroy you and put you down, like I said, they did me, and then laugh about that shit. But then when I think back about them bitches and them teenage bitches, when I'm like 8, 9, them bitches is, God, I was trying to say 12, but it's not, maybe a couple, but they were like 17, 18, bullying and picking on a fucking 9-year-old. I'm fucking little and they're doing this. But then when I think back, them bitches wasn't shit. On my grandmother's phone, eating her food, sucking dick, ain't got no car, ain't in college, ain't getting no trade, ain't working no fucking job, 9 to 5. I don't care if they was working at the bakery or fucking making goddamn Tootsie Roll. They getting Tootsie Roll and goddamn it booed up in their ass with some calm around their goddamn mouth. And now that I some of them that still a goddamn live, that's older than me now, that still fucking talk about me. But they watch my videos though. I don't know why. You're an old bitch. You're older than me. And you bullied me as a fucking child. And you still checking for what the fuck I'm doing. And so I'm not 50. So they probably 60 pushing 70. Got them at 75. Bitch still. Well, she ain't getting, booed up in the ass because the way they look and woe out with a nappy ass, goddamn it, Kunta Kinte afro and shit. Teeth missing. Still bombing a ride or catching the goddamn bus, snorting that shit, smoking crack, halfway goddamn it dead, 5 or 10 bottles of medication along with goddamn mental health medication that they sell when they get the prescription goddamn filled, calling family members and calling their friend to get their Prozac and goddamn it a bill of 5, whatever the fuck else they taking. And there's nothing wrong with taking mental health meds if you need it. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about these motherfucking bitches that picked on me when I'm a fucking baby and they wasn't shit then and you ain't goddamn shit now. So you're not an elder that I should look up to or respect. What I'm supposed to look up to? What? They ain't even catching the goddamn bus because some of these bitches have to wait till they get their SSI check or goddamn food stamp benefit with the cash side on the end or sell some goddamn stamp. Bomb. Cutting Charlie, can you give me a ride up there to the goddamn model station? They might get it then to get a little transfer. Other than that, they walking, bombing a goddamn ride because they can't afford a goddamn Uber. The dick they sucking. He gone with the car. At his job, won't even leave this bitch the car to drive or get her motherfucking one on the side. Begging. Boy, ain't even got no goddamn it denture or partial, just got gaps in their goddamn it mouth. But you told me I couldn't sing and I wasn't shit, and I'm just a baby. I'm 8 or 9. I don't know why you. So no, I can. I think the bitch said I can sing. This how you sang the goddamn song. And I'm thinking, I admire her. I ain't disrespected her. Like, I'm thinking, well, you teach me. Well, can you tell me how to sing it? The bitch wouldn't even tell me how to hold a note or sing. I said, but you're bigger than me and you're older than me. And you said I didn't sing it right. Well, can you tell? I'm, in my innocence and I ain't get mad or start crying. I'm just saying, well, to me, that's what a older person should do. If you got a little girl and you're a bigger girl and you watching that little girl, you babysitting her and she up there trying just in her natural element, her natural energy, and you look at her, you can't dance. Look how your feet move. You stiff and you can't sing. You know what I'm saying? Who does that? Like, what older bitch would do that? If I see that and I see a little girl that way struggling, I'm not finna bust out laughing at her. Come here, baby. Okay, come on. Let's practice a little bit. That's me. Because so many people were cruel to me. So I chose not to be bitter and repeat that cycle to little girls or anybody, little boy, anybody. That's not me. Unless you provoke me, bitch. You know what I'm saying? And you say something to me, and that's usually how that shit gonna jump the fuck off. Other than that, I'm very compassionate to people. If I see someone, they have a lot of passion, a little kid having a lot of drive, why sucker punch them? They didn't do nothing to you. They're only trying to express what is naturally coming out of them. And that's what the universe brought them here for. It's something when they get bigger. If you see your child or anybody's child just naturally piano, guitar, football, science, studying the stars, liking animals, want to be a vet, camping, exploring, anything they want to do, I hope you all do not beat them up, because if they're naturally expressing that, nobody put it in their head. That means that that's what the universe brought them to do. It was in them before that spirit came into your uterus and then started developing a body to match it, to cover it so it has a suit, a meat suit, as some people call it. Clothes. That's your clothes, your body. And that child comes out of you, and when it can move, when it can talk, when it can walk around, you start to watch what it's drawn to, what field of study, what activities, how their body moves, how they speak, how they respond when they see certain people or certain things. And you talk to that child, you get to know that child, you develop that child spiritually, mentally, emotionally, socially, and with education, because you want that child to show up as the highest and best version of themselves, and you want them to manifest their destiny. Most people don't do that. A lot of people don't do that. Shut up. Sit down. What you moving for? What you talking for? What you see? You talk too much. What you trying to sing for? It's people that will basically, their eyes are so full of light and so bright, and people destroy them. By the time they're in elementary school, they're alive and they're bright, and people are doing that to them or touching on them, or just they don't want. It's like they don't want your light to shine. They usually fucked up in the head, and what they wanted didn't come true. They didn't develop it. Whoever raised them didn't develop it. And that once you got away from them, you didn't develop it. Life happened. Fucked up shit happened. To me, if you're still breathing, you can still find a way to do whatever it is. I don't care how old you are. It doesn't matter. As long as you do, once you know your destiny, once you know your mission, and you're feeling this way as a child, and then you get older and that shit is still fucking with you. If that shit is still fucking with you, that means that that's what you were born to do, and you didn't pursue it. And you let people who say you couldn't do this, you can't sing, you can't dance, you can't jump. Okay, so go get your training. When you get older, you don't have to see them anymore. You don't have to listen to them anymore. You have to listen to yourself. And many of you all fail. People die with their dreams inside of them. And many of them, if they can talk to you on their deathbed, that's some of the advice that they would give you. To do you, to be you, to not listen to anybody, to don't give a fuck about what nobody think or feel or don't motherfucking feel. And they die heartbroken. They broke their own heart. They let other people break their own heart. And I hope you don't do that. If you have, I hope you turn it around before you get on your deathbed, so you won't die heartbroken, and you won't die with all these people still letting them fuck you over and worried about what society thinks, what they don't think, what people feel about you, what they said about you. It's like people still talk about me, and all that shit that they say, if I didn't tell it to you, it's a motherfucking lie. And I had to, now I don't even care about that. At this moment, I'm breathing deeply, and ain't now one of them got me on life support. Ain't now one of them got their hand up my ass, opening and closing my damn lungs and making my damn heart pump blood. I don't feel shit about what a bitch say, think, or don't motherfucking say. I'm so glad I got to this point. I just don't fucking care. I don't give a fuck. Unless I mean something to you and you got my back, I don't care. I'm only going to support people that support me. If you ain't feeling me, okay, fine. You know, it's a lot of people don't like a lot of people. Fine. That's your motherfucking choice. But will I lose sleep over it? Will I try to contact you? Why are you thinking that? Why you I know why you thinking it, because you want to fucking think it. I know why you saying it, because you fucking want to say it. See, you have to get to that point where nothing and nobody matters, that don't give a fuck about you. Don't feed you, don't help you, see you struggling, then reach their hand out to you, then drive by. Well, I thought you might have been hungry, Miss Alexis. So I know what you like. So or email me. You need me to bring you some? You all right? You hungry? You need to go to the doctor. If you ain't, and there's people that have done that for me. And I never heard about it. I didn't hear, oh, I had to do this, the bitch was hungry. This no, because if somebody really care about you, that's what they do, and they leave. Unless you call them again. They don't, well, I did this and I did, you don't hear about it. If they really do it from their spirit and their heart, that's the end of it. Unless you need them again. If you're not there, I ain't going to be there. And one of my son brought one of his friends over here, and I did not say none of that. What I'm going to tell you. I didn't say that. I didn't feel that way. And he was like, can they use the bathroom? I said, yeah, but I don't use the downstairs bathroom. I have all my supplies stacked up in there, but it's room for them to go use it. Just go upstairs, get a fresh roll of toilet tissue, get a fresh bar of soap. Cause I just might go in there and take my pictures or, check myself in the mirror or something or get supplies, but I don't use, so it's nothing down there. And I don't really let people run in and out. And she's like, well, I want to see her. I want to say hello. I said, no, baby, not today. I was in another room. I don't feel good. I'm very tired. I just had my face done, and I did a chemical peel, and I burned some of the skin off. So when I got home, I had to take my makeup and shit off, and I put alcohol. And I was like, God damn, it was raw. So I couldn't put anything on it. I didn't want anybody, to see it. I just wanted some time to myself. I said, tell her in a couple of days. If she wants to come back, she can see me in a couple of days. Just let me heal. And I'm just very exhausted. I just want to present how I want to present. Let it, because I just basically had shea butter all over my face, and I was treating it and just resting. She took from that I forgot the word he used. I'm gonna ask him, but she didn't want to be, that I didn't want to be bothered, and I didn't want her to use my toilet. I said, but I have known her since she was a child. She was like my daughter. And I told you to go upstairs to get, he said, Mom, I know what you said. You said get a new roll of toilet tissue for her, get a bar of soap for her. And I told her that you said that. And it's like, yeah, but she doesn't really want me to use it because she doesn't want me to see her. He said, I told you what happened. She just got a face treatment. She wasn't feeling well. She said, if you want to come back in a couple of days. I didn't say a couple of weeks. I said, give me a couple of days. No, your mother's very spiritual. And I just think she really meant she don't want me in her house. And I'm just like, how did she come up with that? Wouldn't come in the house. Said she go use the bathroom somewhere else. And I said, you know what's amazing to me? You've been gone for 10 years. And she's right here. She's right here. She's in here in the complex. Her mother gave her the condo down the street, but now, she sold it. So she's literally walking distance, probably 20 footsteps away from me. Never came by, never asked how I was doing. Never, she called me mama. Mom, do you need anything? Are you all right? Never said a motherfucking thing to me. In 10 years, and you knew Chris was gone. Wouldn't even let me see the dog. And I love that dog like it was my baby. We sit up, eat goddamn it Doritos. We goddamn it dip together. Me and the dog eat us some goddamn it salad from Zaxby's up there. I give him some French fries on the side. We got a damn fried chicken salad together and shit. That was my damn buddy. The one I told y'all about, my son had him drinking and goddamn snuff out. When she knew I was in love with that dog. And every time he see me, he just got to go crazy, jump all on me. And you say nothing to me. Now, all of a sudden, I'm treating you fucked up. And I said, Chris, see, that's what I'm talking about. that I'm just not in that place anymore. I'm going to treat people the same way you treat me. It was 10 whole fucking years. You're right here. You got my phone number. You know where I live. You've even stayed over here. Now he's here. All your friends that say they love you. Well, mama, I'm going to see mama. I've been watching her video. You say you watch my videos and you drive by the house, check on me, but you never stopped. You never asked me, was I okay? And I have been sick all the time. Do you need anything? You need to go to the store. Give little bro $10, $20, nothing. And I told him I really feel something. I'm in my feels. I'm really in my feelings about that shit. I said, yep, she can use it, but from now on, I'm going to treat people the way they treat me. When she said, I have done that too. People, myself, sometimes we make mistakes or think negative when we are going through warfare or facing. Well, I don't know what it was. Like I said, I feel the way I feel. I'm glad I feel this way because this is the only way that I can be healthy and strong and protected to stop allowing relationships in my life where people can turn their ass up to me to kiss whenever you fucking feel like it and then want to come back and me to just have open arms for you. And I still ain't wiped the shit off me from where you shitted on me, goddamn it, 10 years. And now, it's 225. Hey, ma, I'll come and say hello. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I don't care. It's not about me going through spiritual warfare. It's about me setting boundaries. And it's about me treating you the same way you fucking treat me. I'm not letting people have free access that haven't been good to me. Haven't had compassion, empathy, sympathy, just concerned about my fucking well-being. And then when you feel like it, I'm supposed to open and clap my ass cheek and drop down and wobbly and shit for you. And you know exactly where to find me and how to fucking find me, but I don't exist in your world. No courtesy to just walk around the corner. How you doing? How you feeling? How Chris? How my bro doing? Nothing. That has nothing to do with spiritual warfare that I'm going through at the time. It's because of all the spiritual warfare that I've gone through, because that's a form of psychic attack. That's a violation to a person when you dismiss them and you know they're going through trauma and they're going through agony, even if they're not in jail, their child is. And your so-called best friend or your brother or your sister or your cousin or somebody you call that, and then when that person needs you, or I need you, and I treated you just like you were one of my children, it doesn't bother you to not speak to me for 10 years. That goes for anybody at this point. And I'm telling you, that's what the Spirit told me to tell you. You have got to turn on your enemies. And you can never go back to them. And you can never allow them to come back to you. And you cannot speak to them and have no compassion for them. Especially if you are always loving and good and kind to them, and they always breadcrumbed you, ghosted you, played all kind of narcissistic ass mind games and flying monkeys and shit with you, and you stand there long suffering, taking that shit and taking them back and letting them back in your ass and mouth and pocketbook and house. And then they do it over and over and over and over again. And you're lonely and you're hurt. And you make these excuses to keep letting these dirty motherfuckers fly in and out your ass and out your house and in your motherfucking mouth. It's a no for me, dog. You're not a contestant for the goddamn next American top model, bitch. Or the American Next Idol, bitch. You are not a motherfucking contestant, bitch. I am so sorry, bitch. It's a no for me, dog. Get the fuck out my goddamn face. Because if not, worse will be done to you. Not only will they do that again, you might get killed the next time. You might get your ass beat the next time. You might get severely injured for fucking with that demonic satanic energy. This is not the time period to do that goddamn shit. All the scammers, all the thieves, all the liars, they are now being dispatched. Monitoring spirit, People want to call you back. Oh, I just missed you so much. I just want to know, can I come by there? We family. We need to stop this here and get back together and do a family reunion. Yeah, they got something for your motherfucking ass. The pig, the turkey, the chicken ain't going to be the only one roasted and sliced up there. Your ass is next, bitch. Or y'all men letting women do it to you. And for a lot of y'all, this is divorce season. This is separation season. This is murder season. Well, things are coming to an end and separating, goddamn. This whole year has been about that in the 9 motherfucking issues. The 9 year, the numerology, the year, the goddamn snake, and the 2-head snake, double-head snake, and the wood snake. That's what this shit is about. People separating where one is karmic and one is a divine masculine, one is a divine feminine, and going with your own goddamn it tribe, healing yourself, raising your vibration so you can vibrate with your own tribe and meet them because you don't know them. You getting the shit I have fucking described to you. And unfortunately, the first karmic bitch that you have is your mother that turned your ass out on that bullshit where you walking around sick in the head, sick in the spirit, and then sick in the body because of who you have attracted. And then you sit there and entertain that and pull your drawers down over your mouth, goddammit, and take that shit. Take that. Huh? The baby oil and all that bullshit. You let people lead you to hell and hellish dysfunctional narcissistic relationship where they win and your bitch ass, you treated like a punk bitch and you always got them and lose. It's time out for that for me. I'm not being nobody's punk bitch. And that's really a feeling. What I feel down in the root of my ass, I cannot. Goddamn it. Now, that's what it's about. You can say that shit all you want to with your motherfucking mouth. But until you feel that shit, is the only way it means something and it starts to materialize because you're going to act on that shit when you feel that shit. Y'all feel everything. That's when you get the feeling in your ass. You see some dick you want to gotta get a hold to. You find a way to get a motel, the back seat of the car. Got them to push the nigga back and lay the driver's seat back, and so your head don't get caught under the goddamn windshield and his knee on that goddamn steering wheel and his goddamn kneecap. You find a way because you feel that in your ass and you feel that in your throat. You feel that shit and you visualize because I got to have a piece of this. I got to have a piece of pussy. Look. Lay back over there, get in the back of the van, goddamn. I got a pillow and the fucking sheet. We're going to find one somewhere because I want to go in your ass, bitch. You know what I'm saying? You feel that right there. That's what you feeling. So you know, when you really feel some of shit, I'm finna get this job. I'm finna get this money. I'm finna get this car. I'm finna get this house. I'm finna whoop this bitch ass. When you feel that shit, that's usually when you make it happen, ain't it? But when I don't know, and maybe, and I guess, and I'll think about it, you ain't feeling it, so you're not serious about this shit. But when you really, really feel that is when you manifest it, because that's when you have no limits. That's when you don't think about it, you don't talk about it, nobody can. And if you do, nobody can talk you out of it. That's what you need to materialize things. Not no speaking affirmations every day. You can say that shit every day and 15 years go by, your ass still saying the same. I am great. I am special. I am smart. But goddamn it, bitch, you still on some dumb shit from when you were fucking 10 and you about down 45 and I'm going to have this and I'm going to have that. You speak that shit and it ain't fucking manifest because you didn't feel it, and then you didn't get up and educate yourself and plan that shit and walk it like you talk it every fucking day and get rid of people, places, and things that speak against it and laugh and crack jokes. See, I don't have nobody around me that's laughing at me. Cracking jokes about who I am or who I want to become and how I feel. You got one time to laugh, because I don't laugh at people. When I see it's something in their life and they're hurting about that shit and they really want to turn around, they just might not have the tools to educate themselves or know how, I'll refer them to the resource. But if I talk to you a month later, a year later, and you still talking about what you want to do and how you just can't get over, like me, and the bitch said I couldn't sing, goddamn it, I still can't get over that when I was 9. And y'all know I don't have that issue because y'all the one that gave me the confidence to sing in public. I was too scared because of shit like that. And as an adult, had never sang in public, just get terrified, and now I'm not. I mean, I know, yes, I still need more practice. My illness wouldn't allow it. I could barely, I couldn't move and leave the house until recently. So I don't hold on to things like that. I hold on to them and I never forget them in the sense, oh yeah, that ugly big little bitch said that shit when I was goddamn little. You know what? Okay. Let me see who I can be around that won't do that. And if they do that, they are technically trained. So they can say, okay, this is how I want you to breathe the next time. This is how I want you to stand. The way you hold in your mouth. A teacher. That's what I decided to do. And some people are so broken up about, and I can't even remember in a while, but my whole life I've been beat up and be treated as a victim. And that can make a lot of people so afraid and so insecure. But the ones that are listening to me, I hope that's not you. And if it's you, because that was me, that you decide now you're going to choose yourself and you're going to literally kill in your mind every feeling that is good about the motherfucker that fucked you. Some of y'all still can't get over your mama. Y'all still taking care of them. Y'all still go around their ass. And this bitch done ran all kind of fucked up psych jobs, psychological warfare jobs on your motherfucking ass, MK Ultra programs on your motherfucking ass, honey trap, whore, fucking software on your motherfucking ass. I was looking at the news today, I couldn't believe it. And the stuff I have said before. This man act like he was shot, said they were fucking in the hospital. All the married people fucking in the hospital. Well, that happens. That happens every goddamn, but they fucking down there in the funeral home, goddamn. A nigga tried to give me some dick one time in the goddamn funeral home. It was his family's funeral home, so he ran it. He was there. He got the key. He know the schedule of everybody in and out of there. So, I mean, shit. Some people get some dead folks dick. I mean, dead folk pussy. I mean, that just happens because that's just a part of life. Goddamn, people are gonna fuck. You there in the hospital, you working, you there in the goddamn funeral home and shit. Probably getting dick stuck in them down there after the nigga perform all types of shit. That's, you see somebody, something look good to you. You go to school all the time, you working. You ain't really got a chance to get out and date or go club and party like a regular person because you studying. You either in college and then you're in medical school, then you got to do your internship. They running. They constantly fucking moving around. I've been around. A lot of them don't have no, you might see them at a hospital and they doing their internship and got to move from different fields. They might be there 6 months, might be next thing this motherfucker a year, depending on what their specialty is. Motherfucker gone. They have no choice in the matter. Nurses be fucking, I'm fuck him. Because he a doctor, he's studying this and that. And, he done got out of medical school or now he training. I'm going to fuck him because that'll be a good, husband. I'm going to go on and get him some of this fast pussy. Nigga gone. It's not that you ain't mean shit. Well, maybe you didn't mean shit, goddamn, because they studies is what that's driving them 24/7. So you round these people, you working, dig hard, pussy start leaking, you gonna want to get some pussy and dick. I mean, that might be all you fucking want because you in that energy where you can't get home and you can't get to your wife or you can't eat some all of them fucking all of them. I don't know where he said it at, but somebody took the YouTube, made a YouTube clip out this nigga to all of them fucking married women fucking in the hospital, married husband fucking. You know what I did? I said something about that shit. I mean, but I already knew it because I knew people, in my family that work at the hospital. So, and some of my friends, work in the hospital. So I've been hearing this shit for 20 years. That, they call you, it's just human nature. I'm seeing that came up, and then something that really bothered me here in Georgia, DeKalb County, Georgia. This mother, oh boy, I don't know what's lower than this. She's pimping out her 16-year-old daughter, prostituting the girl down here for men to come screw her. Goddamn, it's a damn nigga, a young nigga talking about this lady done kidnapped him 2 bitches, but one of them was a damn man with his hair curl, pin curl and shit, with some makeup on his eyebrow art. You tell him, man, had a gun. So he told him he needed to work. I don't know. He was living out down the street. They were by this motel. Told him he could make some money. She had a job for him. Got up there selling goddamn it, but Buddha up there forced him. I said, how can 2 women force a man to sell their ass? But then when I seen them, I said, oh, okay, yeah, they did it. They did the shit. Looked like one. I mean, the woman, hair all over her head, looked like she had just came off a crack and meth binge. Bitch looked like a wild street whore. So she was more mannish than him. He's skinny and talk real, like this. And, they told me that I got him to the motel. He walked across the street, locked him in the room, pulled a gun, told him he was going to sell some of his asshole. I heard, what? I mean, you usually assume that it's a girl, they prostitute or a woman. They doing it to niggas too, man. They fucking niggas too. And he said they held him, then he found a way to ease out. They came to where he was at a room, apartment, son. Get your ass out here. Get your bitch ass out here. Said had pulled a gun, and one named Cookie, the woman with the nappy wig, was just all sticking out. I don't know how you could have a wig nappy, but this one was nappy, goddamn it, at the root. And had some like the end of it, like she put some gel on the tip and had it around her forehead. But it was, fucked up. She looked at fucked up. I looked like she might have had some of them hospital clothes on. I don't know if she do that at the hospital. Got them a drawing guns on niggas to give their asshole down there. Pulled the gun on him. The other one, that wasn't no one, but dressed up like you could look at it, it was hard in the head. Must have been taking the estrogen and shit to softenize that shit down. Like an ugly nigga with his hairpin curl like a bitch with some black eyeliner around their goddamn eyebrows and a little bit of lip gloss on their lip. Got him in the car, start pistol whipping him. The female, the biological female Cookie with the nappy stretched out kind of afro wig. Like, I don't know, like at the root, it was nappy like an afro, but on the tip, it was straight. She had it straightened with like a curl on the tip, on the end, like laying around her forehead. The rest of it just up and goddamn it out. And she looking wild as fuck, big, husky, like a goddamn it bulldiger, an old bulldiger. At that, they got me in the car and they just started beating me with the guns. It was Cookie, and so they told him he was gonna come back over there and sell some boy pussy. That's what you gonna do, and you ain't gonna goddamn get away. She hit me and whooped his ass in the back seat. I looked at this shit. I said, "This real." Oh, you see, them type of bitches can handle you and do some shit. Do doing bro like that. Said it was her, while the other one, because the other one was skinny, it's supposed to be a woman. The skinny one driving, but then he take breaks. I think both of them. Boy, I bet he got all kind of hooks and crooks and bumps and knots and lumps all in his goddamn head. They had his head fuzzed out. So I couldn't really see his head, goddamn it. But you could hear him talking. Well, I'm talking about they put something on his ass with them goddamn guns and the gun handle and beat him, and his head ain't that big because he's skinny. Boy, I know his head is banded up and fucked up and got all kind of crust and scab and band-aid and shit around it because he said they whooped his, boy, they put something on him. So they pistol whooped him by his asshole. I can't believe this shit. And then the woman up there prostituting that baby. Ain't no telling how long she been prostituting her own fucking daughter. A pretty girl, and the mama looked like a damn man with a little, like she got a box cut, like a crew cut, like a nigga. Doing that to her fucking daughter. They had a picture of both of them. You see it on YouTube down in DeKalb County, the type of DeKalb County. Mama arrested for prostituting her own goddamn it daughter. I couldn't, oh Lord, some other shit I had said. This done came out, man. Then you see that on YouTube too. They done locked these 2 goddamn it fat women up. They work in the prison. This bitch want to fuck on this nigga. It was a white lady, fat, had a real big ass double chin. Had a double, she really, I don't know if they had them restaurant round. You know that restaurant with Chubby Checker? the checker burger, a double decker burger, a little boy, like a little fat white boy up down the sign with a real big, but it dipped down low, like his stomach dipped down long. You can see the navel printed down his like belt buckle or down to his nuts. He like he about 7 or 8 years old. Fat as hell up on that goddamn sign. I think it was Checkers. I check it to fuck. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's old. I used to see it, when I was little, and this checker burger, and there was a fat ass little white boy. She built up like him, or like the goddamn hamburger, or rhinoceros. That's what she like, more like a rhinoceros. Goddamn it, had a big old face with two, like a double decker, big ass chin come down to her motherfucking collarbone. That's big and round. Nope, it was not Checkers, baby. It was about probably 30 years ago. 35, no, about 40, 45 years ago. It was Chubby Decker or something like that. It was a hamburger joint. And there was a little cute little fat white boy that they made a sign. Had it shaped like a little fat white boy up on the sign. And he had his stomach on. The biggest things on his goddamn body was his face and chin and damn stomach. She looked like that's her little brother, goddamn it. The only thing is she had two damn titties. They were real big, but they was long, like the nipples down, hanging around her belt buckle. Or the part where you put the belt in, goddamn, them belt loops. Titties long, nipples down. I'm talking about all the way built fucked up. How do I know? Because she fucked that nigga. She wanted to fuck that young nigga so bad. She put the sex tape. They got some sex tape fucking in chain gang. Getting chain gang again, gang bang, selling out the black ding-a-lang. She got them buying black ding-a-lang. Hi. Yeah. And they got the music playing for the porn tape and shit. She got the porn tape. They in there in the bread room or some kind of goddamn closet in there. She got a shelf in there where she done put the goddamn radio on. I'm talking about, boy, she know she finna do her some good fucking goddamn it in there, especially getting that black dick up here. He said, yeah. And what, yeah, you did. Yeah, come on. They got this shit. I don't know if she gonna sell it. It wasn't him. It was her, the white lady that worked at the prison. She put the tape back there. So it was another employee. He unlocked the goddamn nigga door. So this was a white man. I seen him too. It was a white employee. He unlocked the boy door. They had him on camera doing it. He get the fuck on. Then the lady, he come, that's her nigga. He come out. They go in there in the damn closet. She got the sexy music playing. They got them some liquor, some wine and shit. I guess he done made the wine in there in the closet down there. You know how they have that liquor and shit. They get them old peel and apple and orange and shit from their lunch tray. Guess he done made them some moonshine. Back there in his damn cell. They end up getting drunk. She telling him what she want him to do to her. They said, please, before we play this, don't get offended. It's going to be a little graphic. You see her fucking big head ass. He got her in there talking like she a teenager. She look like she's older. And I understand, baby, because she probably ain't had no good hot black dick up in a while. So she walking around there in that jail, seeing all that hot black ass and dick hanging, nuts hanging down. Probably don't nobody want to fuck her ass because I just described her shape and shit and her fade. Oh, ugly redhead bitch with some scranging hair down. So, she looking at all that. He probably looking at her. And, I think she had bought the nigga some, either she bought the nigga some meth or some file. So he can really get relaxed and then dick hard. Or maybe got him some Cialis or one of them corner store sex pill and shit. I think he in his 20s. That's right. Bob. That's it. Bob's big boy. Okay. Now tell me, am I wrong? And Bob, big boy, I don't know if they still around, but ain't that when that little white boy shaped up like that on that goddamn sign that be up in the air? The sign was real tall on a real tall pole. Bob, you right. Thank you. Bob Big Boy Restaurant. Didn't that fucking little boy was shaped up like I said? She was shaped up back there in that closet like that. Now, I didn't see the waist down. I seen the head, I seen the face, I seen all that chin, seen the titties. You could just tell it was a side view. She was built all the way fucked up, but she was talking like a little girl though. See, that's how you have to do. As big as she is, and she, controlled the jail and got a key. She got the main key. So a big old built up bitch like that, you want something to say good thing on, that black dick on him. You gotta talk like you about 12. Yeah. If you didn't see her, you think this a bad bitch because she talking real sex and seductive. You know what to say. Nigga all on her face. He said, oh yeah. I said, got it hair. Had some locks in the top or something, had it fade around the side. I said, he was kind of big too, but he was more solid, like he was more shaped up, especially in the 20s. But he put something on it. But they didn't get that graphic, goddamn it. I ain't see the fucking, I don't know how he handled business, but he must have been handling it for the other employee to go over there. A man, white man went over there. You can see the back of his head inside his body. I tell you, white man worked there. He had a set of keys. He clicked. When he said click, click, he turned and walked off like, I didn't see nothing. I don't know nothing. Soon he walk off, big nigga come out. Big young ass, solid ass nigga come out. Pimping. Then they showed that video. She sitting up there in coke. She got some time too. There was another one that was doing it, bringing in dope and they chain for some good dick on them. They gave her 7 years. And I said, damn, why they give her all that time just for getting some dick? I mean, she didn't rape the boy. She didn't. I'm not saying she shouldn't be punished. That she brought some contraband. And they asked her, how you plead? You plead guilty? Yeah, guilty. I said, damn, why she admit? Well, I guess, if we seen that little tape, goddamn, ain't no telling what the warden, what the police seen them doing in there. They said they were fucking. That's what they said. They have been having a sexual relationship. This is the officer right here. So white lady, this is the inmate. And I think he gave his little testimony, said he was in there for murder. Him and some a group of his friends killed somebody and they got in there. Then he met her. I guess they started talking and we see where they end up. Goddamn it, nuts and butts and balls and jaws and cum and motherfucking contraband and liquor and I don't know who they had in there. Reva McEntire. Sound like some country shit. I said, where the Barry White at? And the goddamn it 3LW and shit. Think it was Reva McEntire, some country. They must have been in one of them country towns. It was sound like it was some country. And man, the fuck is this? I'm trying to, I'm kind of getting warmed up. I'm getting ready to see, how this nigga finna put his thing down. This country shit. Come out, this fat bitch. Come out here. I was like, man, see this, I don't want to see no more. This, I thought it was going to be some good shit. But when I heard that, and a man and a woman, I didn't want to see no more. I didn't want to see it. Then they started blurring the bottom. So I knew it was going to be some action. But I'm like, where the nigga music at? Did you really get, I want to be with you. Let me lay beside you. Do what you want me. I want to hear some of that chanting God, that secret God. Because this nigga finna run all in your secret God. I mean, but it's clear he been running in the way you talking like a little girl. But that's some good shit. You big as hell. And a nigga got you talking like this. And I miss you. And I'm like, that's all I, what I'm saying? It turned me off when I got, I'm thinking I'm going to be some black dicks, some nuts, something. I'm getting warmed up. The other day, I seen that shit. I said, what the fuck? Damn, this bitch, they got porn tapes in now? Y'all think I'm lying? Look it up. It's on YouTube. You can see her. They ain't showing the whole thing. I don't think I'm finna see it all. And the way she was acting like she had it before. Because she was grinning. He said, yeah. Yeah. And he was up in her face real close and she just looking up at him because he was taller than her. And she was just talking like a little child. I said, yeah, he done went up in her before cause you know how that is, man. She a white woman. She done had a nigga, goddamn it. I mean, we done had niggas. And so, You know how that is whenever another woman of a different race gets some good black dick on them. They be talking like little cheer, yes. No. Okay. You when? What time? All right, I'm gonna have him unlock the door. I'm gonna have it all set up. Had him some lunch and shit in there. I mean, I knew the dick was good. The way she was talking to, I said, boy, he got some thing on him in his drawers. You know what I'm saying? He held in the drawer. The way she was just looking at him like a child, goddamn. And then if he talked first, she ain't interrupt him or nothing. You know a nigga good when you see a bitch talking to him. A nigga might be talking a little harsh or nigga asking for something because he must have liked it her because he was talking low to her too. But he had to look down at her because she was oh. What you said, Nay? 007 talking about you ain't lying. You know, they be talking like cheering. They don't want to mess that up. She done went up in her, you know what I'm saying, and said something to her. So she looking up at him like, Daddy. Okay. Yes, had set the whole room. It was nice, like you know how jail looking ain't nice looking in there, just concrete and shit. But the way she had it set up, you could tell that a woman had set it up. And then you couldn't see the radio, but you could hear the music and the camera, like it was behind a shelf. The music was coming out the shelf, and she, yeah, I know, real big with a little bitty ass voice. You know, they can make you do that. It'll make you bow down, not bow down, bow down. She had done bow down to the nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I know it was, people saying something in the draw. You know what I'm saying? Helen shit in the draw. And they're saying, locked up, won't let me out. Oh, she's sitting there and told the judge, I did it. I did that. I said, why don't she plead? Not guilty. I want to try. I did. Yeah, I sure did. Sure did. Do it again. She's sitting there admitting to the shit. I said, what the fuck? Well, I said, oh, they got the tape because we all okay. But I mean, you ain't even gonna fight. She just, I had him. I had to have that shit. Goddamn it. Whew. But what really, that didn't break my heart because they two adults. He wasn't raped or nothing. It's the girl down here in DeKalb County. They said that is her biological mother. The mother, and then I think something else fucked up happened. During the process of her prostituting her daughter, she murdered somebody. I think there's a murder came out of it. It just was y'all look it up, see what I'm saying? Anyway, I just wanted to check in with y'all. I'm gonna come back. I doubt if I come back tonight, but I'm gonna come back soon. Spend some time with you. Probably, sit down and do. I know y'all like the lives and y'all are very active when I don't come on camera. I mean, but you saw me from the other day, so I ain't like doing makeup. I just want to make sure it was healed because it was just raw. I haven't put on any makeup since I came home, the other day, so I can sit there and enjoy you all and not which that would damage it trying to put anything on it. So I've just been really, being really careful about it and just new feelings, new thoughts I want to share with you. I hope if you've had a background like mine, you do the same thing I'm doing. If that's what you're feeling, I'm just going with what I'm feeling. Because if you're not feeling it, it's not going to work for you. You're going to keep being caught up in those karmic cycles until you learn your lesson. And you say, hey, I'm done. I'm ready to let this go. Because we're going to be in a new year in a few fucking weeks, like in a month. Can you believe that shit? We're going to be in a whole new fucking year. And if you want to be in a new energy, you want to be in a high vibration. I hope you've already set your intentions. You've already set your goals. You have a way you're going to achieve them. Because just speaking them don't mean shit. Feeling it don't mean shit. Feeling it is one of the most important things. But you got to get up. You got to develop yourself. If you're saying you want to work in a certain field, you want to make a certain money, baby, if you don't have a skill, that's not going to happen. You also got to work on self-development in the physical. What are you prepared to do to get a different outcome? And 226, instead of saying you don't want to, what you don't want to do, I've learned this as well. And this is how I'm living now. You don't want to overfeel and constantly talk about when bad things happen to you because you amplify it. And then you will attract a new situation if you're not dealing with the same person to fuck you over to do it. You will keep attracting them. All of us that are spiritual and that are here to do something special, you're going to always have the devil at your door. And now I just accept it. You're going to have to always be in fight mode and ready to fight. Now, I want to mention something I'm sure you already know. It's all over the news. Please be careful with your bank accounts now because we're in the holiday season. We know it's happening every day, but it also gets worse. And watch your phone calls because they've already told us that so many hospitals, medical records, banks have been breached. Someone called me yesterday pretending that he was from the bank and said that he had my case and he was from the fraud department and he just put a hold, put some type of security hold on my account because somebody was shopping in another state. He said, "Are you shopping in another state?" I said, "I'm at home in Atlanta. I am not in another state shopping." Well, somebody shopped and spent money on, and I'm just like, what? Yeah, it's just happened. And, I'm really trying to protect you, get to the bottom. This man was lying. He knew my name. He knew my address. That's why y'all need to be careful. That's why they sound legit. They'll even have a fake voicemail and put you on hold with the name of your bank. And something else I learned, if they say, well, we have, does your card begin with these 4 numbers? Okay, depending on who you do business with, they'll have a series. Basically, the cards will start off with the same 4 digits. If you don't know that, you'll be thinking, damn, that is how my cards start. Yeah, or they might also have the last. It depends on how thorough they've been and how much information they have. That's how they take advantage of people. And people that don't know. And I knew I had dealt with that before. So I'm thinking, wow, you caught this in time. And it was, so I'm listening to him. And as he's still talking, but he's trying to get more information from me. I don't know, something hit me. I said, who are you again? Well, I told you that, I'm from the bank, I'm from the fraud department. I'm looking out for you. I saw this just happen. I said, so tell me the number. Well, I have to verify. I said, no, I want to verify from you. Tell me the number. You said somebody went shopping. You thought I went shopping. And you said you have my case. I said, you know what? And I said, okay. I got on my other phone and I called the bank. I said, this guy's on the phone. You hear this? I said, is what he's saying true? She said, no. Ain't nobody went shopping on your car. Ain't nobody did nothing. It's clear. I said, close it. Because that means you're getting ready to do it. Because, banks don't usually call you unless you have an agreement for them to call you. Usually you get a text, you get an email, especially if you put limits. Look, if I spend over $500 a day or you see me balling, I'm doing $2,000 or $3,000 a day, call my ass. They usually don't call you, though. You get a text or as well. You get a text and an email. Or you can log into your accounts to check your own or just go up there. So I'm like, this is odd. And I'm listening to him. And then today I seen a video of this 70-year-old lady down here. The lady already kind of got some maybe symptoms of Alzheimer's or something. That's what her daughter said. They knew that lady's name. They knew, that's like they knew my phone number. They knew my name. They talking to her, telling her it's a problem with the bank. They had the answer machine, or like when you put on hold, they gave her a professional sounding number. You need to call this number because I told her it was a problem with her account. Somebody went in the account. She there alone, 70 years old. And that doesn't mean anything if she's 70. What means something is that her brain health is not good. So her cognitive listening and reasoning skills weren't good. Not because she's 70, because I done seen people older than that work out, jump, run 10 miles a day. So she's sitting there and they could tell that lady was, slow. because of her deteriorating mental, like she possible Alzheimer, dementia. Where she talking, so the news people said, then they told her she was typing on her computer. Now I don't know. I guess maybe her daughter can't control her when she gone, but she need a healthcare professional. Something called somebody slow like that ain't got no goddamn business in that house by themselves. She up there typing. They showed her she was typing on her little laptop, and I don't know if she was talking to somebody. Yeah, they said she was on the computer and said a pop up screen came up and told, and it was her bank. You need to call us immediately. Gave professional 188 or 888 or 1-800. She calls. They tell her, it's a problem with your account. They don't win your account. You need to go to the bank. The first they told her, you need to give us $16,000. She said, okay. They said, that's how you going to fix this problem. And a bank wouldn't do that. But, she don't know no better. So she called her bank. She's demanding they release the money. You could see her and the person that did it. It was a fucking female. That shit is so fucking dirty to do to a fucking 70-year-old, but they don't care nothing about that shit. You could see her, a younger person, walking. She came to the lady's house, knocked on the door. They had the camera to film her, so they have an idea. They probably don't know who the name is yet, but they saw her. She dressed, got a hat pulled down on her face, and long jogging suit, a jacket and shit, tennis shoes. So I guess trying to disguise herself. Then you see the lady, because she's real skinny. She two women. The lady then locked the door. It was so sad. I'm so glad they didn't kill her, do nothing to her, which they just wanted the money. I'm talking that's some bullshit. Go in her. She's walking behind this woman. They get, I don't know if it's her car or their car. Take her to the bank and said she demanded. They said, well, why don't we just give you a cashier's check for security? And they kept saying, the lady kept saying no. I guess because that's what the robbers told her. No, don't get no, because you can get checked like that with cashier check. No, we want cash. She went down there and kept insisting. Bank gave her $16,000 and she gave it to them and they disappeared. And her daughter said she had no more money to give because I don't know if that was the first time this happened to her, but said that she gave them all her got. I mean, I'm listening. I saw it today. It must happen this week. Somebody tried to pull that on me. So if y'all please, I'm sure I don't have to tell you. You already know, but I'm still telling you because I'm noticing how these little things, just like remember I told y'all, a couple of weeks ago, somebody from Brinks, this guy with all these tall, fine black ass nigga with some gold teeth in his fucking mouth. I like, sometimes it depends. I like a goddamn black ass gold teeth nigga. So I'm looking at that and I said, no, you talk to him because I don't want to get tempted. I don't want this black ass fine ass nigga at this door. So I'm looking at him. I said, it's a no for me, dog. I'm gonna pass on this. Next day, they brought another goddamn crew and brought a woman, good looking woman. So I said, you go out there. Tell him, I said, you go talk to. I ain't finna talk to the bitch because I'm really just getting to my breaking point right now. Fuck. And usually I would have talked and naive and shit. I was like, no, you talk to her, baby. I'm gonna stand and just watch. They can't see me, but I can see them. He said, Mama, she's talking about giving me a job. She said she got a deal. I said, baby, go on, do what you're doing. Fuck, suck, get your paycheck. But I will not give this bitch no financial information. I'm not special. Somebody come to my door. I don't care that she do. And she did work for him. And the nigga, black ass, fine ass nigga work for her. I said, I don't give a fuck. Somebody coming to my door. My spirits are telling me, no, I'm not going to have no door-to-door salesman talk to you and say, I want drinks and I want, whatever service you selling. I ain't never seen you and give you my social and give you my, no. So I guess they said the bitch ain't go for that. Call the bitch, so they done got access to my, these folks keep got access. Oh, Alexis Tyler, Miss Tyler. I said, yeah, who is this? Oh, it's an emergency. They don't want your account. I said, what? Yeah, was you out of town shopping? You just did. No, I'm in here and taking a bath. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he act like, he was concerned about my feelings, about this just happened to you. Somebody did it to you. And I'm like, okay. So I'm listening. Then I said, something told me, got my other phone. I called them. I said, you hear this person? Do you know this person? She was like, no, ma'am. I said, look it up. Did somebody do that to me? She said, no, you're fine. I said, this person here, so he's calling from Texas. I looked up the area code. It was a Texas area code, but it still doesn't mean he's there. You can basically spoof numbers. That's why I'm telling. And I said, what does this mean? Because I'm clearly being targeted. This is like the fifth time some shit like this has happened. First, you come to the door. That didn't work. Now, and see, they said it's millions of people, so it could be you. That's why I'm mentioning it to you. You don't know if it's you. They have so many bank accounts, different banks. They have hacked those accounts. They said China has something to do with it, but people over here do that shit. They got medical records on people. They got other businesses where they've hacked them and got your personal information. Now, that's scary to me. Somebody I never spoke to, you got my phone number, you got my name, you calling out this information. How, it's really creepy, but that's the only way you could have got it, is that they've hacked people. Or they go on the dark web, look people up, decide they're going to scam them. I don't know all of the metaphysical reasons and the spiritual reasons, but I think it goes back to my attitude now and how I'm just like learning. Stop being nice to everybody. Stop assuming that people come to you because they want to help you. They usually come to steal. I don't know why somebody wants to do that to me, but it's happening and it's making me think and see myself totally different. For people to always come and just like, why would somebody do that? I mean, I know it's an opportunity. I know it's greed. Just we see Wells Fargo. I would never do business with Wells Fargo because we see how they let them steal money, take people's money. They won't even reimburse them. And even if they have proof the person didn't do it and commit fraud, somebody stole from them, I would never do business with them. But these people are still doing business with them. They should file a class action lawsuit against them. And it's probably that company, they taking that money. Because why would you let your customers get robbed of millions of dollars? I'm sure because we don't know how many people have been stolen from. It's cumulatively added together. I'm sure it's millions because they've done this to people for years. And nobody's doing anything about it. And people still go bank with them. I don't understand it. But anyway, I'm going to go. I just felt obligated to warn you. I'm sure a lot of you know again, but the ones that don't, you might have been already put on a list to be targeted. And I'm telling you, there's also spiritual warfare. That's very satanic and demonic warfare because in this realm, you need currency. You need different levels of currency to eat, to live, to thrive, and survive. So somebody could be jealous of you and wanting you to lose your currency. Do you see what I'm saying? Currency in your pussy, currency in your ass, currency in your brain, currency in your affiliations, currency in your associations, and currency in your motherfucking pocket, hard cold cash, be it in the form of credit or debit. You see what I'm saying? That's us. You have to take that as a spiritual attack and a psychic attack and put your barriers up. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times things happen to you or people do something to you and you think it's not connected to spiritual warfare. But if it's always somebody trying to line your ass up for some kind of loss or robbery, fraudulent actions, larceny, lies, because people know that telling a lot of lies behind your back will cause you significant currency losses. And there are different forms of currency loss. Consider somebody jealous of you, somebody is targeting you, probably a group of people trying to bring damnation and destruction upon your face, your health, your hair, your beauty, Your life, people that love you, respect you, they want to take that and they want to take your money. They want to take your love. Really want to take your life because karma is a part of your essence. That is your birthright and your soul and your ancestors gave that to you. And for people to keep coming at you like that, believe me, that's not a coincidence, especially if it happens more than three times or more than three. Once you got the three, you know it's a demonic pattern. It's a spiritual pattern. And then after that, they're trying to unleash hell and havoc in your life where you can't feed yourself. You can't take care of yourself. So when that starts happening to you and some people keep trying to do that, start watching who you talk to and who's around you or who's trying to come back into your world. Because I know there's some family members that did me real fucked up is trying to come back. And my wife said, see, this is the same time this is happening. This is a warning. This is a warning. They're doing psychic warfare on you behind your back. They want to tap in. They want to talk to you like they love you to see is what they done did to your goddamn it ass working. Has the curse taken effect or whatever crew they with or your mama or your dad and done sick the motherfucker of your auntie, done sick the motherfucker over there. Usually one of the ones that have done you the dirtiest, we need to put this behind us. We need to come together. The family saying grandmama done died. Everybody been scattered. Ain't never been the same. I said, what? This motherfucker ain't spoke to me in 10 years. Now all of a sudden we need to bury the hatchet. What hatchet? I ain't got no hatchet up. Y'all was trying to go try and kill me. Now all of a sudden, we need to let that alone. We need to come together. We need to sit down and eat. I'm gonna cook. I said, I won't be done. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to start looking at, because when you are chosen and you don't really know it or you don't really believe in yourself or self-esteem is low, they're going to release the goddamn kraken on that ass. They're going to release the wolves, the dragons, the snakes, the ones that come harmless as dove, but wise as a goddamn serpent. You know who I seen in here speaking it up and get the fuck off the phone? Smeagol ass came to see me about 3 goddamn days ago. Smeagol has some ETs. Y'all know who Smeagol is? Lord of the Rings. Now you know how cunning and deceptive Smeagol is with that stinking ass, 2 big ass pamper with that bobby pin on the goddamn side of his hip. Real drawed up hip. With a big ass goddamn pamper sagging down around his ass and slid down to the back of his kneecap. But Smeagol is very devilish as hell and cunning. I seen him. I knew then to get ready. My chat ain't moved in a while. Are y'all here? Mine is frozen. Y'all listen. I don't know if you're still here because it is still stuck on the comment from Nay 007. It's still, ain't no new comments. Can y'all hear me? I hope you can, though. I see the timer moving as if it's still live and it's still on. But for some reason, the chat isn't moving. But I decided to talk anyway because I know sometimes it happens that way and the energy jams as I'm talking, depending on whatever the vibration is. But y'all got to watch the thieves now. Thieves are in your temple. Thieves have been released with these black magic curses where people don't want to see you do well and you think people love you or who would do that or why would they do that? That was always me. Well, nobody want to do that to me. Well, why would they want to do that to me? And, at this age, why am I still dealing with psychic attacks? And I'm seeing, okay, it's still psychic warfare. It doesn't end. Even when you physically die, you get up out that body, you're not dead. You still gonna have to fight. So you can get your ass on the other goddamn side. Or whatever children or loved ones that you leave here, it's still, the saga continues. You're just on a different plane and you're out of the dense level and the physical body dies. But you're not dead. You're still otherworldly, but you're still active from whatever was kicked off in the third domain. So I'm going to assume you can hear me because I can't see anybody respond. Again, it's not moving. So I know I'll be able to see you, after I close this because you all, I love it that you like to talk to each other and you talk to me. when the videos close under the comments, y'all will let me know if you hear me. So I don't want to keep talking in case you don't. There are other things I'm going to get into with you that the spirits have been teaching me. I got to tell you about Smeagol from the Lord of the Rings. I know y'all know who this motherfucker is. He got, Bears had just be butt naked with that pamper, with that stinking looking nasty pamper with that bobby pin or that baby pin on one side and a bobby pin on it. I don't know how the motherfucker had that pamper hung up there because it looked wet and stinking and just hanging down too big, real fucking low, like a cotton goddamn pamper. And then an ET came here with it, and he was talking about these times that are coming that they already see and they already know. So